Okay, so have you ever imagined finding like your dream house in just seconds?
Wow, in seconds, huh?
Yeah, like just boom, instant dream home. And not only that, but imagine being able to tell exactly which properties are going to skyrocket in value, like with some crazy accuracy.
And I guess even having the AI actually like hammer out the deal for you.
Exactly. It sounds pretty wild, right? Like something straight out of sci-fi.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's what this company, Realist AI, is claiming. They say they're using AI to like totally change how we buy and sell and invest in real estate.
Big claims.
Yeah, huge claims. And we've got some pretty interesting stuff to dive into today. We've got excerpts from like a research paper and then this script for their YouTube promo video.
Ooh, a promo video. Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But luckily, we've got you here, to help us break it all down and see what's actually going on.
Happy to be here. Let's get into it.
So the YouTube script starts out, talking about all the things that people hate about real estate.
Okay, yeah, what kind of stuff are they saying?
Like, you know how it always feels like houses are way overpriced?
Oh, yeah.
And how it's like almost impossible to know which investments are actual smart ones.
Right, and don't even get me started on the paperwork. Ugh.
Oh, tell me about it. Mountains of paperwork. So basically, they're playing on all those frustrations that pretty much anyone who's ever dealt with real estate has felt.
Yeah, everyone's been there.
Exactly. And then they come in and say, hey, we've got the solution. It's machine learning.
Machine learning, huh? So they're claiming they're going to use machine learning to like basically analyze property markets all over the world.
Yeah, they're saying they can find these insights that no one else can.
So for our listeners who maybe aren't super techie, can you explain what exactly machine learning is? Like, how would you describe it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So think of it like this. Imagine instead of having a person like write down all the rules for how to figure something out, you just feed a ton of data into a computer program, and that program like figures out the rules on its own.
Okay, so it's like the AI is learning by itself.
Exactly. It's teaching itself to be like a real estate genius by finding all these hidden patterns in the data. And they're claiming that their AI can do some pretty amazing stuff. Like in the YouTube script, they say it can actually predict market trends, like which way prices are going to go.
Whoa, hold on. Predicting the future of the real estate market? That's a big one.
Oh, yeah, they go all out. They say it can even like evaluate how risky an investment is and even negotiate deals in real time.
Okay, so I'm hearing some pretty bold claims here. I mean, predicting the future is, well, even with AI, it's a bit of a stretch, right?
Totally. Like no one can predict the future perfectly.
Right. So how about we dig into, like, how they actually claim to do all this? Like, what's the process?
So basically, they say you just tell the AI what you're looking for, like how much you can spend, what kind of place you want, all that stuff.
So you put in your criteria and then...
And then the AI goes to work. It scans through like millions of data points to try and find you the perfect match.
Millions of data points. That's got to be more than just, like, the basic stuff you see on a listing.
Right. That's where it gets really interesting because they're pulling data from all sorts of places, not just the obvious real estate stuff.
What kind of data are we talking about here?
Well, they mentioned things like crime rates in different neighborhoods.
Crime rates. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Safer neighborhoods usually mean higher property values, right?
Exactly. And they also look at like planned infrastructure projects.
So, like, if they're building a new train line or a big shopping center.
Yep, stuff that could make property values go up in the future. It even gets down to things like school ratings and how close a property is to parks and green spaces, plus like all sorts of hyperlocal economic data. It's wild.
It really sounds like they're trying to capture, like, the whole vibe of a neighborhood, not just, like, the square footage of a house.
Totally. They're trying to figure out what it would actually be like to live in that place.
Pretty cool. But, there's always a but.
Oh, yeah, there's always a catch. Like in their YouTube script, they talk about how they can generate these AI-powered investment strategies.
Okay. And what exactly does that mean?
Well, it's kind of like having like a personal financial advisor, but it's all AI. Instead of relying on like general market trends or just your gut feeling, the AI uses all that data it's collected to recommend specific investments.
Okay. And so they're saying it's personalized based on your risk tolerance and, like, your financial goals, right?
Yep. But it does make you wonder, is this going to make investing more fair or is it going to create like a new digital divide?
That's a great point, because if you don't understand how the technology works, you might just blindly trust the AI.
Exactly. And that could be risky. Speaking of cool tech, they also talk about virtual reality property tours. Like imagine putting on a VR headset and actually walking through a house or even a whole neighborhood before you even visit in person.
Wow, that's next level.
Right, and I'm wondering if they're using all that data they've collected to make those virtual tours like super realistic. Like you could actually get a feel for what it's like to live in that place.
Oh, that would be amazing. You could be standing on a virtual street corner and the AI is showing you, like, the projected crime rate 5 years from now or where the new park is going to be built.
Right. It could totally change how people shop for homes. But, okay, let's get back to reality for a second. Because their YouTube script is pretty bold. They're claiming like 99% accuracy for their property value predictions.
99%. Whoa, that's a huge claim. Like, I get that AI can be powerful, but no one can predict the future that well.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, like, what data are they basing that number on? And what about all the things they can't predict? Like, what if the economy tanks or there's some crazy zoning change no one saw coming?
Yeah, there are always things you can't account for.
Right. So even though this AI seems super cool, I think it's important to remember that it's a tool, not a crystal ball.
I think that's a great point. Like, AI can give you amazing insights, but you shouldn't just blindly trust it. You got to do your own research and due diligence.
Absolutely. Like use the AI as a starting point to learn more about the market.
And don't be afraid to ask tough questions. Like, how did the AI come up with this prediction? What data is it based on? What are the potential risks?
Exactly. Don't just take the AI's word for it. Think critically and make informed decisions.
That's the key takeaway here.
So could Realist AI actually change the real estate game forever? I mean, we've seen that it has some incredible potential, but there are definitely some things to watch out for.
It's a powerful tool, but it's not magic.
Exactly. But what do you think, listener? How is all this AI stuff going to change the future of real estate? Is it going to give buyers and sellers more power, or will it create a whole new set of challenges?
And what opportunities will it create for investors who are willing to adapt to this new landscape?
It's a really interesting time to be in the real estate game, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. We'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this.
Yeah, hit us up on social media, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time.
See ya!